Hello everyone. Welcome back. I hope I've got all my lights on, so I hope it's not too bright for you. It looks fine to me. Hopefully we'll have some people drop in soon. As you can see by the title, this is a live and we're going to do this is a live and we are going to be doing another want it or don't care for it, and this is going to be from Sephora Australia. We're going to be trawling through the new releases from the Sephora Australia app. Hey Jess, how are you? I haven't seen you in ages. We really need to catch up for coffee. Yes, so I thought I might also just quickly give you all an update. So you might have seen that I've been absent from YouTube for the last, I think it's a week and a half now. So that's because we moved, as I mentioned in a couple of my videos. My husband and I bought a new house, and we were planning on kind of doing all the stuff to the house that we wanted to do before we moved. And then over the Easter weekend, Jack said, "Radio, we've got people to help us. Let's move all our big, heavy stuff." And then that turned into while my family was helping us move the big, heavy stuff, us throwing everything in the house into boxes. And then my makeup room got packed up and my lights got packed up. And then we ended up moving into the new house earlier than we thought. And at that stage, I hadn't organized any internet because we didn't realize we were going to be living here at this early time. So at the moment, I'm actually sitting in the really, really tiny spare room. I can almost touch each wall with the span of my arms. So I'm kind of squashed in here with crap all around me, but that's okay. I'm here talking to you guys. My makeup room's probably going to be a fair while off yet because we're scraping paint off the roof and we've got to paint the walls and yeah, get all that done because the whole house is a horrible lime green color, or it is a nice, for those of you in Australia, Parramatta Eels color, which is blue and yellow, which my husband really likes because he goes for Parramatta Eels, but I'm not a big fan of it. So that's that, and I will also mention my little puppies might be popping in sometime because they're locked inside because they go a little bit nuts of a nighttime here, hearing little bits and pieces in the backyard. They're still adjusting to city life. So let's get started. I'm not quite sure where we should start. So I'm just on the Sephora app. I'm not the biggest fan of the Sephora app. I don't really care for it all that much. So let's see if I can get on the Sephora website. Nope, it's not going to work for me. Let's go new arrivals. I really don't like the Sephora app. But we should be back to our normal filming schedule of Monday and Friday. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to get one up on Friday, but if not, definitely back to normal filming schedule on on Monday and Friday next week. It is really shit ass, isn't it? I really don't like the app. And as soon as you go to the website on, I have an iPhone. As soon as I go to the website on Safari, it just automatically kicks me across to the app, unless I delete the app. But that's too much a hassle right now. So first thing on the app, which I don't think is really all that new, it's the Becca and Chrissy Teigen Glow Face Palette. So this here is what she looks like. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Becca face products. I find that their highlighters actually emphasize texture on my cheeks. So I am, to be honest, I follow Chrissy Teigen on Instagram, I think, but I don't watch any of her YouTube videos. I don't think I would fork out $78 for what it's a blush, 2 highlighters, and a bronzer by the looks of it. Let me just check the details. Yep, so Shimmering Skin Perfector Highlighter in Beach Nectar, Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Highlighter in Rose Gold, Sunlit Bronzer in Malibu Soleil, and New Luminous Blush in Hibiscus Bloom. I'm pretty sure I have the Rose Gold highlighter, so it would be a bit of a waste of money for me anyway. So that's going to be a big fat pass. What about you guys? Are you keen on picking that up? Are you fans of Chrissy Teigen at all? I don't think I've actually watched any of her videos from memory. I may have watched one or two ages ago, but no thanks. Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong, but definitely paying for the packaging and her signature. Her signature. The Sephora app, so maybe Estee Lauder must be a new brand to the Sephora app because it's saying that the Double Wear Stay in Place makeup or foundation is new. So I'm assuming it's new to Sephora Australia. It's just not new in general. $58. I guess in Australia, $58 is actually not all that bad for a foundation. But I don't know. I haven't heard the greatest things about the Double Wear foundation. Let me know if you guys have tried it. I haven't tried it. I'm a bit scared it'll look too cakey on my face. So yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to give it a try by sample. I guess I could pick up a sample, but I don't know. Ooh, this is one cool thing. Ridiculously overpriced. Oh, okay. So Jess is saying, I'm not sure about it being new, but I know that they released a new Double Wear version. But I do like the original Double Wear. Oh, okay. I think the new Double Wear foundation they brought out, I think it's a lighter version of the Double Wear original. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to check that. But I do remember there being a new release of the Double Wear, and I think it's like a full coverage but not heavy. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I do vaguely remember there being a new release of a Double Wear version. So Beauty Blender has released a mint green beauty blender. I really like beauty blenders. I feel like they really work, and I'm somebody that almost washes their beauty blender probably every time or every second time I use my beauty blender. So I feel like I can kind of stretch it out a little bit more. I know they recommend that you change them every 3 months, but every 3 months in Australian dollars, they're $30 each. So if you're going to change that every 3 months, that's $120 a year for sponges, which is absurd. So yeah, but I do really like this mint color. I usually buy my beauty blenders when they're in the packs, so they're a little bit cheaper. The pack here, well, it's not. I guess the pack in Australia for the 2 and the liquid cleanser is $63. So you're basically getting the liquid cleanser for free, but I don't actually really like the liquid cleanser, so it doesn't really work out all that much cheaper for me. Oh God, I'm a doofus sometimes. But the mint is pretty cool. I actually have Mary Kay have a new makeup sponge. Yes, the Real Technique ones is actually really good too. I have Mary Kay came out with a new makeup sponge, and it's black and it kind of dips in similar to, or what brand is it? I think it might be Morphe have a black one where it's kind of comes to a point but like dips in, looks like an hourglass. Not very good. Yes, Morphe. Thanks, Jess. Yeah, it looks similar to that. And I think they're maybe, I want to say $18, but that I'm just plucking a number off my head. So I haven't had a chance to try it though. My mum got it for me and she said she really liked it, but I haven't tried it yet because I'm still trying to hold on to everything I can with my current beauty blenders that I really should have got rid of about 6 months ago. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to move on. Something interesting, which is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. Now, this, like, in my head, I'm just a bit like, what the hell? Like, how can a powder be a Hydra Mist Set and Refresh? It doesn't really make sense to me. I don't think having oily skin, though, this is really going to work for me at all. But the whole concept just confuses me, confuses the hell out of me. So let me have a look and see. I've heard, okay, so Jess is saying I've heard that when it applied, it almost feels cooling, which is really interesting because I believe from memory, this powder came out with their new range and it was quite a focusing on like cooling and depuffing. I know they had that under eye, the blue under eye cooling like gel, and it was supposed to be quite cooling. So that kind of makes sense that they've kind of all grouped it all together in a like in a release. Let me have a look at the reviews. So we have a 5-star review on Sephora and we have a 2.5-star review. The 2.5-star review says cool product but doesn't work well. Powder goes patchy around her cheek area and doesn't help my foundation stay on longer, which I think is the problem that I would have having oily skin. I need something that like sets this face down and doesn't move because it gets to like 11 o'clock and my makeup starts breaking up. So I need something that I can kind of set and forget. And I'm very lazy when it comes to touching up and repowdering. I mean, I have about 1 million packets of blotting sheets that I don't even use. I don't know why I have them. And I have like compacts like these where I can put it in my purse, but I never use them. And the whole idea of using these little sponges kind of grosses me out. So I would rather dip a brush in this than use these little sponges because just the thought of putting this onto my oily skin and then putting it back in the compact, it kind of grosses me out. But yeah, these are blotting sheets. I probably should use them more, but I'm too lazy for it. And that refresh powder is $62. Now this, based on what you've said, Jess, I am really keen to jump on in store and see what this feels like on the skin. I wanna see if that is actually true about how it feels cooling. I am really intrigued by that. And I guess while I'm there, actually, I don't think Sephora Australia has, I can't remember whether they actually have Becca in store. I'll have to check that out. Just to say, ain't nobody got time for that. I hear you. Blotting sheets and bloody powder. Nobody's got time for that. I don't even have room in my purse for it, let alone time for it. Yeah, and like for those of you that don't know, Sephora Australia it's a bit of a weird like it's a bit weird for us. From like, I believe how we started with Sephora in Australia is they purchased a website that used to like sell to Australia and ship, and then they kind of got their stores, like, or maybe it was the other way around. They got their stores first and then they got their online store, but they purchased a store that was already like up and running, and I think it was called Luxola or something like that. Lux something. So the website is very different to our like in-store experience, and there's a lot of brands that like don't cross over because like they're the same store, but they're not at the same time. It's a very, very weird thing that they've got going on. Jess is just saying Sephora Australia is a bit shit, let's be real. I agree. I totally agree. And every time you're in store and you want to swatch something, there's never anything there on the shelf for you to swatch, and it's really, really frustrating. There's never anything in stock. It's pretty bad. If I can avoid purchasing something at Sephora Australia, I will. Like I will go in store to check things out and swatch things and play around with things, and I want to say enjoy the experience, but I don't really enjoy the experience when I go in Sephora Australia. So yeah, it's a bit odd how Sephora Australia works, and they've jacked up the prices immensely, and you don't really get the best service when you go in there. But it's a nice way to get access to brands that like Mecca in Australia don't stock. So anyway, I would be keen to swatches. Actually, I think one of the girls that owns a makeup store here in town where I live stocks Becca, so maybe I could duck into her and check it out. Next up, Jess is saying it's not enjoyable at all. Half the time you have to line up to swatch something, and even then you can't search because they never have any on the shelf. Yes, I totally agree. And I just feel like I'm always in someone's way, or just feel I don't even know how to describe the experience. Like the one that I go to normally, like I used to go to Pacific Fair because Pacific Fair was the other one in Queensland. The one I go to is at Chermside, and it's just, I feel like it's a bit of an assault on the senses. Like you walk in there and the music's blasting and there's so many people. Actually, last time I went, it was during the week, so it wasn't as busy and it was a little bit more enjoyable. You could actually get access to like the stands and see things, but there was nothing on the shelves. Like I wanted to check out the Natasha Denona palettes while I was there and give them a swatch and have a bit of a swatch play. And I think they had one of the palettes, and I was like, Sephora, like you could make an easy like $300 out of people if you just put something on the shelf for people to swatch and play with. It's just a bit ridiculous. Jess has also just chimed in and said, and all the store samples look like you might catch some bacterial infection. Yeah, I cringe whenever, when you go into a makeup shop and you see somebody standing there in the mirror with a mascara on, and then they put it back on the shelf, and you just kind of stand there and go, oh, Jesus, what are you doing? Like, one, you don't know what you'll catch, and two, now I don't know what you've put on the wand. It's a bit gross. One of my friends used to work at the Mecca here in town, and she said there would be certain people that we'd have to watch, or that they would have to follow after they left the store, and basically either throw out or sanitize everything that they touched, because they were just those people that would, like, things that you shouldn't be normally touching or applying, like mascaras and lip products, they put them straight on without getting them sanitized first. Like, so she said that was our job. Like, we'd have to throw out so much mascara, and we'd have to spend hours sanitizing, because just people would just come in and slap on a lipstick and then put it back on a shelf. And like she said, we wasted so much product because all these people were using the actual like wand that was in the mascara instead of asking for like a disposable one that they could give them. So it's a bit annoying as well, like from that point of view. Like, I guess sometimes I think about that, and you just think that's just going to go in the bin now, because like they legally can't leave it on the shelf. It's just going to go in the bin. It's such a waste. Okay, back. We keep going off on tangents, but that's okay. So the next one in here is the Marc Jacobs Beauty Shameless Foundation. So I've seen a few reviews of this. I think I saw Katie from Luster Lux, and I want to say maybe Nikki Tutorials, and I think someone else did a review on this Shameless Foundation. And I think this was like ages ago that I saw this review, by the way. Everything in Australia is usually a couple of months behind, or like at least a month, it's very rare that we get a release the same time as the rest of the world. So I think it was Katie, and she said that when she applied it, it didn't look well, and then she tried using a facial spray over the top, and she said it looked bomb.com after using that. But I feel like I shouldn't have to buy a $70 foundation and then go to MAC and buy a $30 MAC Fix Plus to get the perfect foundation. Like, I would rather just go buy a $100 foundation that only involves one of the steps instead of having to apply my foundation and then slather my face in Fix Plus. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, I just think that's a little bit silly. Like, just make a perfect foundation right off the bat instead of making people really work for it. I have used the Marc Jacobs, I can't remember what it's called. I did a review of it on my channel. It's the one in the oval bottle, the Genius Gel. I want to say the Genius Gel. Remarkable foundation. I've used the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, and yeah, I just wasn't impressed. Like, it's supposed to be one of the foundations that so many people rave about, and I just wasn't impressed. Like, one, the color was pretty off, but I just felt like it made my face and my skin look really cakey, and it was hard to blend, and yeah, it just didn't really look nice on my face after a while. So that, to begin with, has kind of turned me off buying Marc Jacobs foundations. And yes, like Jess said, it's Marc Jacobs, for goodness sake. Like, get your foundations right from get-go. I'm not going to pay $70 for a foundation if it's not perfect. That's just ridiculous. It says it's a medium buildable foundation with 24-hour wear and flashback-free SPF 25. Is there even such thing as flashback-free SPF? I'm not really a chemist. I'll have to look into that. But I didn't really think that was the thing. And 24-hour wear. Girls, really, who is wearing their foundation for 24 hours? If you're wearing your foundation for 24 hours, what are you doing? Why would you be wearing foundation for 24 hours? I guess if you're maybe a flight attendant, you might have to wear foundation for 24 hours, but no, I think if I was wearing my foundation for 24 hours, I would actually go to the effort of touching up and maybe reapplying and blotting and whatnot if I had to make it last 24 hours rather than spending $7 on a foundation. I just think I've got heaps of like Holy Grail foundations that I buy from Priceline, and that's half the price. So I don't think I would go out of my way and pay $70 for a foundation. And I think the trouble is, I don't know whether anyone has actually tried, because I haven't, because I've never been able to talk to anyone at Sephora, actually getting a sample of any of their foundations or anything. From some of the groups I'm in on Facebook, I've heard that they're pretty stingy with their samples. Like, they don't even really give you enough to, they don't even really give you enough to do a full face of makeup, which is really pointless. Anyway, moving on. So some of you may not know, but over the last couple of weeks, Sephora has actually introduced the brand Fresh to the Australian market, which I am pretty excited about. I've heard really, really good things about Fresh, and their little lip balms, I've heard that they are phenomenal. I actually have one, but it's one of those really mini ones, and it's really hard to use because it's really it's really difficult. Like, the tube and my words aren't working. The stick's really long, but it's really narrow and small, so it's really easy to break when you're applying it because the product's really creamy. But they're really nice lip balms. So the first one is the Fresh Rose Face Mask. So that's what that one looks like there. I didn't realize that it would be so expensive in Australia. The 100 mils for the face mask is $88. And then the 30 mils is $36. Like 30 mils for $36 is still pretty expensive. $88. Jesus. So they're saying that this mask is a cult favorite, hydrating and toning gel mask infused with real rose petals, soothing rose water, and a smart algae that delivers optimum moisture. So this probably wouldn't be a face mask for me, being a moisturizing mask. My skin is quite oily, so I do need a more of a pulling oil extracting mask. Speaking of oil extracting masks, I actually had a face mask on this morning. This was my morning to a T. We had a public holiday here in my town because we're having our local show. And I was setting up all my stuff. I had my lovely mud mask on, and I was throwing this sheet here over my little light stand, and the sheet like hits under my chin, and I'm wearing like a bright pink face mask. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So I'm madly trying to rub this face mask off my sheet here, and it still hasn't come off. It's on the other side of the sheet. So luckily I had enough sheet that you guys don't have to see the stain. I'm gonna have to throw it in the wash, and then it gets worse. And then I get my steamer out because it was full of creases. I get my steamer out, and the steamer spits water all over the sheet. So it was like a comedy of errors. And then I'm like, right, sheet's dry, time to move everything out so I can sit down and start filming. And then I lift up my steamer, and the steamer has bloody well leaked water all over my carpet. Oh man, I was so furious. It was comedy of errors. Anyway, going off on another tangent. But anyway, so this is another fresh product. And these are the tinted lip balms that I was just telling you guys about. So they do come in a variety of colors. I have a bright one, which, yeah, I have the berry one. So the little swatch picture down here really doesn't do it justice. It's actually quite bright on the lips. Actually, maybe it's the poppy or the tulip. No, I'm pretty sure it's the berry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the berry. So yeah, they are actually quite bright and like bam with color. Like they're pretty pigmented, and they do have an untinted version. So like there's always that option too. They have a tinted version, sorry, an untinted, a corally color, like a baby pink, a darker pink, a purpley pink, a purple, and then another coral. Sorry, first one's like an orangey coral. Really good reviews from what everyone's saying on Sephora. They've had 131 reviews and 4.5 stars so far. And they're SPF 15. So, like, I think it's really good having a lip balm with a SPF in it. You guys really need to think about your lips. I think that's one thing that people really often forget about. They always slap some SPF on their face, but forget about like their lips, which can also get very blistered and burnt. So it's really good having a lip balm that has an inbuilt SPF in it. $32. I mean, it's a bit expensive. Let me have a look and see. It doesn't actually say how big the yeah. So Jess has just chimed in and said, that sounds all right. Or yes, SPF. There's so many oral cancer cases on the lips. On the lip. Yeah, I know. And it's not pretty when you see somebody that has cancer on their lips or has to have cancer cut off their lips. It's not pretty. So if you can prevent it by just buying a lip balm with SPF in it, like 100% recommend. Yeah, it doesn't actually say how big these are, like a gram size or mil size or anything. It just says $32. But I do, from memory, the The mini that I have is like about this big. It's a pretty generous sample. And I think the full size ones are pretty generous. So for $32, I would probably pick one up. But in saying that, I have about 1 million lip balms on the go at the moment. So I'd really like to use some of them up before I go out and purchase a $32 lip balm, because I don't want to waste my $32 and have it go off. So that would potentially be something that I would genuinely look at purchasing down the track once I've used up my lip balms. Actually, I don't think any of the lip balms I have actually have sunscreen in it, now that I think about it. So maybe I should pick it up to save my lips from the sun and the skin cancers. Yeah, in Australia, the sun is insane. I am the pastiest person. I get sunburnt just going to the clothesline. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I really need to probably up my SPF game. I'm hearing a little pitter patter feet. What are you doing? Yeah, so we'll move on to another fresh product. So the Vitamin Nectar Bright. Yeah, don't remind me about the wrinkles, Jess. Jess has just said we all do. Plus we're getting to the age of wrinkles. Yes, I don't want to age. I have enough wrinkles at 26, let alone when I get older. So the Fresh Vitamin Nectar Vibrancy Boosting Face Mask. That's all right. That's all right. I can decipher it for you. Just blame autocorrect. So yeah, so this mask, the name is a mouthful and a half as it is. Vitamin Nectar Vibrancy Boosting Face Mask. So once again, 100 mils for $88, which that's a lot of money. That's expensive. It does say an instant glow giving face mask. So I'm definitely intrigued. You've definitely piqued my interest, Fresh. There's 46 reviews with 4 stars, which I think is pretty good. I'm definitely interested. So I forgot to mention on the last with the lip balms, it did say that it was formulated without parabens, sulfates, and phthalates. And I think it did also say free of mineral oils and blah, blah, blah. Let me just go back to it. Where did I see? So I think Fresh, from what I'm seeing, is a bit of a more natural brand, I guess you could say. So it's the lip balms are free from petroleum, mineral oils, and lanolin, which I'm all about. And the face mask is free of those parabens, sulfates, and phthalates. I'm down. I think I would really like to try this mask. It sounds right up my street. It's got vitamins in it. Does it have vitamin C? I'm assuming it has vitamin C. Revolutionary formula is powered by 50% crushed citrus fruits. I'm down. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. Yeah. I'm all about brightening masks. I love a good brightening mask. So I think that will be going on my list to check out when I'm in Sephora next. What else have we got? This is a good one. We have a fresh sugar face polish. 125 grams for $88. I'm just going to say it right now. No way. Like, no freaking way. $88 for a face scrub. That's ridiculous. And it's brown. You want to know what's in it? Brown sugar, strawberry seeds. That's what the exfoliation particles are. Yes, you're right. That's expensive. Sorry, guys. Oh, my legs, my old man legs. Yeah, I know. You could pick it at home. Like, do you really want to be picking some seeds or strawberries though? That's a lot of effort. Maybe that's why they charge $88. They got some poor little guy standing there like picking seeds or strawberries. Now, it does say, it says, what else you need to know? 97% reported improved skin texture and softer, more supple skin. 94% felt it had an exfoliating effect and decreased rough patches. 98% noticed soothed skin that felt silky and velvety. And 85% said their skin was radiant. I don't know whether those stats are worth it for $88. I feel like I could get that for, like, if I could get St. Ives scrub, which is like $10, I think, in Australia, I feel like I'd get the same results. Or like Jess said, I could mix some brown sugar and strawberry seeds and some oil, I guess, at home and make my own scrub. No, I'm not paying $88 for a tub of scrub. And then the 30 grams is $36. That's ridiculous. This is one thing that infuriates me about Sephora Australia is their prices. They are so expensive. Like, there's expensive. Like, Mecca can be pretty expensive, but then there's Sephora expensive, which is just a whole nother level. There's a lot of fresh stuff on here. Do we want to keep going along the fresh bandwagon? Let's throw some Marc Jacobs in there for something different. This is the Enamored High Shine Lip Lacquer Lip Gloss, $42. No thanks. Hang on, let me. Take the photo. Does this lip gloss look good on me? Or should we try another color? Let's find something. Hang on. Oh, here we go. This one looks all right. It doesn't fill in your lips very well, but I don't mind the purple. I didn't realize the app did that. That's pretty cool. It does say 4.5 stars from 68 reviews. I don't know. I mean, $42 is a lot of money for lip gloss. I don't actually wear all that much lip gloss, to be honest, and my hair gets stuck in it a lot, so I don't really like wearing lip gloss. I don't think so. $42 when color. Yeah, I'm not big on the I like the ease of lip gloss. But I'm with you there, Jess. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of lip gloss, and my hair always gets stuck in it, and it's really gross, and it smears across your face. And some lip glosses get that like sticky, like stringy grossness. So I don't think I would pay $42 for a lip gloss. Particularly particularly when you can go on Colourpop and get a lip gloss for, I think they're $5 or $6. I mean, have I tried I don't think I've actually tried the Colourpop lip glosses, but let me know if you like them. Yeah, I would be more inclined to like buy 10 like of different colors. Yeah, that is almost the price of a foundation. Yeah, definitely. Like I could, how much was that Marc Jacobs foundation before? I think the Remarkable foundation is 60 or something. So I could add like $18 to it and get a foundation which is gonna cover more of my face than a lip gloss. Yeah, you're totally right there that you could almost get a foundation for that. Or like if you go to Priceline, you could get almost 2 foundations for that. So yeah, Marc Jacobs, I don't know the right words how to put it, but it's never really blown my socks off enough to commit. I mean, I committed when it came to trying the foundation. That's because I've heard so many great things about their foundation, so I thought I would give it a shot. So I grabbed it and I was really disappointed. Like I felt like I had been lied to. I felt like I'd been cheated because everyone just raved about his foundations and they're just not that great, really. I have his the bronzer, which I quite like, but I mean, I don't think I would buy it again if I didn't have it. Although that's a hard one because I think I actually prefer the Omega bronzer over my NARS Laguna. So I might actually have to eat my words there because I think if it was between the two, I would probably purchase the Marc Jacobs one because the I'm trying to, my words are leaving me. It's getting late. The Marc Jacobs one is, I feel like, a better color for me. The Laguna, sometimes I feel like it shows up too dark on my skin. That's just how I feel. Yeah. I think I mean, it is, I would grab it, but I have no idea where it is. It's not as, I mean, I've got my Laguna here. I feel like Laguna can be quite, like, yeah, like it can be a bit orange on me, whereas I feel the Marc Jacobs is a little bit better. It's a lot more toned down. Like it can still get orange, but it's not as intense orange, I guess you could say. Yeah, if I had it, I would totally show you comparison swatches, but I don't know which bloody box it's in. Yeah, sometimes I think the Laguna has a bit of shimmer in it, and it just looks muddy on me. Yeah, it just comes up muddy, I feel. Whereas the Omega just doesn't. It seems to be more of a natural sun-kissed. It's very generic of me saying that. I'm going to get back to you on that one. I'll sit down and do some swatches and I'll maybe post a photo on Instagram of them side by side. And that way you can see what I'm rambling on about. But yeah, sometimes I feel like the Laguna has like when you look at it in the right light, you can see like a shimmer glitter in it. And it's a bit hard. Let's see what else we have here to we keep like going off on random tangents, don't we? So much for talking about new releases. Marc Jacobs. There's a lot of Does anybody actually purchase anything from the Sephora collection? I mean, there's stuff in the new section that's discounted from the Sephora section. So does that really count as new if you've discounted it? Like if you've discounted it, then like if you've discounted it, then doesn't that mean it's been there for a while? Yeah, it's a bit weird. That's all right, Jess. If you have to run, go for it. Yeah, the Sephora collection just always seems a little bit, I don't want to say tacky, but the packaging like seems a little bit cheap, and it just doesn't really seem to grab my attention. I don't know whether it actually even grabs anyone's attention, but that's that. So we're going to skip over the Sephora collection stuff, and we're going to move on to the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. I'm just going to come right out and say I would love to try this. I've heard so many great things about this mask that I would love to try it. It is $80 though, which hurts my wallet a little bit, but it's got 5-star reviews. It says it gives life to dull aging skin with this powerful and intensely effective treatment. I really want to try this. Pumpkin enzyme for exfoliation, alpha hydroxy acid for peeling action, aluminum oxide for polished skin. It's ticking all the right boxes, and I really want to try this mask. I think for $80 it hurts a little bit, but if I could get my hands on this during the sale, which I'm not quite sure when the next one is in Australia, I would be a happy girl. Yeah, I've actually tried, I think it's the Michael Todd pumpkin mask, and it was pretty good as well. So like when it comes to those pumpkin enzyme like exfoliating masks, I've had good experiences. So I would be keen to check that one out. What else have we got in here? Tom Ford Lip Color Sheer Lipsticks. $70 for a sheer lipstick. Once again, no, and they have glitter in them. It's got 1 5-star review. At least somebody likes them. I would be keen to try a Tom Ford lipstick, but I don't think I can justify $70 for a lipstick. I mean, I've paid some pretty high prices for lipsticks, but I don't think I would go as high as $70. I think 40. I think 40 is the most I've ever paid for a lipstick, and even that I was a bit. Actually, no, 49. I think 49 is the highest I've ever paid for lipsticks, because the Hourglass Confession lipsticks I'm pretty sure are $49 in Australia, but they are phenomenal lipsticks. I would not pay $70 for a sheer lipstick. That's insane. That is insane. This one's interesting. Fresh black tea firming corset cream. Corset cream, okay. A lightweight firming cream for the face and neck that helps to visibly improve skin's elasticity, providing a corset-like effect for a more lifted look. This is $135. But maybe I do need it. Maybe I should get some to try. we can see if it actually does work. Can it turn me into a 21-year-old again? If it can, maybe it's worth the $135. It has 5-star reviews though. Says a little goes a long way. Maybe. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna pay $135 for a face cream. It's ridiculous. But maybe if It changes my life. That's all right, Jess. Enjoy your dinner. I might see you later, might not. See you soon. Yeah, $135 for a face cream is a bit ridiculous. Let's see what else we have here. There's a lot of fresh stuff because Fresh has been, like I said before, Fresh is new to Australia, so there's a fair bit of that sitting in the new section. Oh, the Laneige Water Bank Eye Gel, which is a brand that I'm really interested in trying more. I have the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, which is fantastic. If you are looking for a overnight lip treatment, I would 100% recommend the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. So I would be keen to try more of the Laneige products because I've been so impressed with that lip sleeping mask. This is the Water Bank Eye Gel, so it's a nourishing eye gel to relieve stress and tension from your appearance. So I would be I'm happy to try eye gels. I do find that I do get quite the skin under my eyes can get a little bit sore. So I would be keen to give this one a try and see how it helps my under eye area and the sensitivity. But it's $51, which is a pretty hefty price for a eye gel. I mean, I'd want to try it before I buy it. I'm interested, but I would really want to try it before I put down my card and pay for it. $51 for an eye gel is a bit expensive. What else have we got here? The Way Golden Root Purifying Mud Mask, which is $55. It looks like it comes with 8 different individual pouches of the mud, which and it comes with a face mask brush as well. I like that idea, but at the same time, the few mud masks that I have at the moment in my collection or have recently used up have been in a powder form, and you mix it with water. I feel like I get better value for money with that kind of system, as opposed to a jar or something like this, which is only 8 uses for $55, whereas you can buy the powder for that price and get way more than 8 uses out of it. So I don't think that this would be going on my interest list for $55. I haven't heard anything about Way though, so I'm a little bit hesitant to drop $55 on a brand that I have never heard of, unfortunately. So that one is going to be a miss. What else have we got? We have the Vernon Francois Overnight Repair Treatment Oils. This is a lightweight leave-in moisturizing oil complex delivered in a fine spray to replenish hair nutrients overnight. And this comes with 4 vials by the looks of it for $53. We have one review of 4 stars. I mean, I'm interested. I'm certainly interested, but I don't really invest all that much money into my hair. As you can see, it's a bit of a, yeah. I probably should look after my hair more than I do, but it's kind of not something that really interests me all that much. Hair's not really something that grabs me. it's always kind of an afterthought for me. So I wouldn't drop $53 for hair treatments, considering I have a bottle of the Moroccan oil, and I think I paid maybe $50, $50 or $60 out of that for that. Sorry. And I have had that for years and it's still going strong. And because I've got short hair now, I only need to use the tiniest little bit. So a little bit goes a long way for me. So that's a pass. Oh, here we go. The Herbivore Botanicals. I'm actually interested in the Herbivore Botanicals. One of my good friends here on YouTube, Rachel Waldorf, she's a Seattle YouTuber. She posts videos about Seattle and Seattle life and moving to Seattle, all that. She's gorgeous and has amazing skin. She recently did a video about vegan skincare, and she mentioned Herbivore Botanicals in that video, and it really piqued my interest. I mean, they've kind of been on my radar for a little while now, but since I watched that video and she was raving about them, they're moving up my list. So this is the Citrine Glowing Hydration Body Oil. $37 for 60 mils or $78 for 120 mils. Those prices, like, I'm not mad at those prices. 120 mils is a pretty fair size for $78. Even 37 for 60 mils is a fair price, I reckon. And a body oil, I'm imagining a little bit would go a long way being a body oil. And it's got great oils in it: orange blossom, rose hip, neroli. I mean, I'm not big on body oils. I don't tend to moisturize my body all that much, but yeah, like, and by the ingredients, I imagine it would smell amazing. Let me see if there's any more new Herbivore Botanicals products on the new section that we can talk about, because I want to see what they have on offer at Sephora from that brand. So I'm just scrolling through to see if I can find some more products from them. There's a lot of new products from Fresh. IGK is a new brand to Sephora Australia. Laneige has recently been added. That's why there's a lot of their products in the new section. Double Wear Nude. I think that's the foundation that we were talking about earlier when I was trying to figure out the name of the other Double Wear formula. I think it's Double Wear Nude. I might have to just search their name because nothing seems to be coming up. So go to I'm just going to bring up the Herbivore Botanicals page. So I think it's the, no, it's not that one. The prices seem actually really reasonably priced. This is it, the Blue Tansy Mask, Resurface Clarifying Mask, $68. How much is in you? So it's a clarifying and cooling gel mask. I am intrigued. I'm very intrigued. This brand has piqued my interest. I am very interested. Let's have a look at their other masks that they had up here. So the Blue Clay Spot Treatment Mask, $31 for 40 mils, which I think that's pretty fair. $31 for 40 ml. I think that's a really fair price. We've got 64 reviews with 4.5 stars overall. And it's a skin balancing and complexion clarifying properties. I'm really intrigued. I actually have a bit of a thing coming through at the moment. I use spot treatments quite a lot, so I'm really interested in this one, this blue clay spot treatment. I think that, yeah, I'm definitely going to check that one out. And it's vegan too, not tested on animals, vegan, formulated without gluten, paraben-free, sulfate-free, phthalate-free, contains rose geranium essential oils, natural anti-inflammatory, suitable for all skin types. I am very interested in this brand. I'm going to check them out even more. And they've got heaps of great products by the looks of it. Lots of great face products, masks, body oils. They've got bath soaks, toners. I think this is a brand to check out, guys. The Herbivore Botanicals. They seem to be pretty reasonably priced, and all their products appear to be vegan. So I would recommend jumping on Sephora and checking them out, having a bit of a read and see if anything interests you from them. So I think that's probably going to be it for tonight, guys. We've just clocked over to an hour. Thanks for everyone that's stopped by. Thanks for everyone that's watching the replay. If you have any questions, comments, concerns when you're watching the replay, drop me a comment down below and I will get back to you. I hope you enjoyed this live. Let me know whether you like this idea for a live, whether you like this format, whether you would like me to make it like a monthly thing where we go through Mecca and Sephora and we jump on and have a chat. But I do need to know what days would suit you guys best so we can interact a bit better, whether a weekday later in the night would be better or whether you would prefer a Saturday or a Sunday. Let me know down in the comments box so I can take that all on board and we can find a day where we can jump on and have a good chat about new makeup releases, because I would love you all to have an opportunity to be here live with me and have a good old chat with me. So that's it, everyone. Thanks for stopping by and clicking on this video. As always, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below if you're new around here. I upload videos twice a week, so Monday and Friday, with the potential of having a monthly live if you guys are interested. And I will let you know this channel is focusing on Australian beauty. So whether that be discussing Australian beauty releases, similar to this one with my wanted or don't care for it format, or Australian beauty reviews where you can get great finds for beauty products in Australia, all that kind of stuff will be covered on my channel. So click the subscribe button and make sure you click the notification. Make sure you click the notification bell, guys, because YouTube is not letting people know when I upload. So if you want to make sure you're in the loop for when my uploads are coming out, then click the notification bell. Make sure you click the like button, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.